Hey everyone, I'm Mike with StereoNET, and I'm excited to be reviewing the Orbit Plus by U-Turn Audio. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel and stay connected as we bring you fresh content frequently. Let's dive right in. U-Turn Audio is a relatively new startup created by three young entrepreneurs inside of a garage of the small town of Woburn, Massachusetts, just north of Boston. They are actively making high-end audio accessible to more people by keeping prices low and quality high. How do I know the quality is high? You'll have to keep watching to find out. Each turntable is assembled by hand, in-house, and parts are procured from local suppliers. This is a great practice for many smaller businesses seeking a way to not only build using quality parts, but by also helping other small businesses at the same time. It's a win-win for everyone. The Orbit Plus, which isn't their entry level, nor their most expensive offering, it's only $329. It's right in the middle, which I thought was perfect for myself, who is just now discovering the world of vinyl. Some of the features are customizable depending on preference and budget. You can choose up to 6 different colors on the Orbit Plus, as well as whether you want the preamp built in or not. I chose not because I'm running an external preamp. After receiving the box in the mail, I was riddled with anticipation. As I carved a line through the branded packaging tape, I opened the box to find a friendly note on top, handwritten by the representative of the company. That's really cool. The acrylic platter and felt slip mat sat on top of the rest of the contents inside the box. This is a feature I do enjoy about the Plus in comparison to the basic, is the upgrade to an acrylic platter, which I feel gives the turntable a better look and gives off the illusion of owning a higher priced unit. After setting the platter and slip mat aside for the moment, I discovered the silicone damped Q lever, which is sold separately. This is a particularly great way to go if you have a shaky hand or are just nervous about damaging your stylus when placing it on the record itself. The next item I reached for was an anti-static record brush. It's right here. This item is specifically important to reduce surface noise from dust particles and any other damaging debris while playing your favorite album. Following the brush was a Ziploc bag containing the drive belt, RCA cables, complimentary sticker, and setup guide. To the right was the AC adapter. Below the accessories were the branded plastic dust cover, and then finally onto the well-packaged turntable. The turntable itself was very easy to assemble, since it was basically put together already. Not having to level the tone arm took a lot of the hard work out of the process, creating more time for listening than assembling. The acrylic platter fits well on top of the turntable. The drive belt hugged the platter and motor perfectly. The motor is suspended on rubber dampeners to reduce motor noise from invading the turntable's plinth. The Q lever slides right under the tone arm, fitting snug and working seamlessly. Once I attached the dust cover and plugged in the AC adapter and connected the turntable to U-Turn's Pluto Phono preamp, which I purchased separately, things were looking promising. Once I attached the dust cover and plugged in the AC adapter, I connected the Phono preamp to the line in on my Parasound P6 preamplifier, which was then guided to my Stark Sound 84.320 Class D amplifier and onto my KLH Model 5 speakers, as well as my Stark Sound Sub 35 12-inch sub. I always run a sub with a 2-channel setup. So I couldn't wait any longer. I grabbed the new album I had just purchased specifically for this project, The Greatest Showman soundtrack. I lifted the tone arm and gently set it on top of the album. I slowly lowered the Q lever as the Ortofon OM5E cartridge that the Plus comes with. The Ortofon began to guide the elliptical diamond stylus through the grooves of my new record. Danish engineers Axel Petersen and Arnold Poulsen from Ortofon have dedicated much time and effort to crafting such an amazing magnetic phono cartridge. I was curious how it would marry with the Orbit Plus. So how did it sound? My impression was, wow. Let's address first and foremost how quiet the motor function is on the turntable. It's astonishing how silent the operation was while playing some of my favorite records. The OM5E cartridge is brilliant. It blends so well with the music, creating a beautiful and balanced sound. Other cartridges will provide a different listening experience. However, I was looking for that balanced and dynamic sound, and I feel I achieved that with this match. As I previously mentioned, I used the Greatest Showman soundtrack as my first frame of reference to test out this turntable's capabilities. The tracks on that record were performed by the actors from the feature film. With the loud and pop-friendly production of the song The Greatest Show, I was able to see how the U-turn handled low-end frequencies and intense vocals. It felt so good. The soundstage was wide enough to say with confidence that this turntable can deliver an immersive experience. I let the album play through, with each song providing a Broadway-style feel that I didn't think could come from a turntable at this price point. The next album I wanted to explore was Evanescence's debut album, Fallen. This is an album that I have listened to since its release in the early 2000s, and most of the songs on the album containing an almost opera-like feel, since lead singer Amy Lee's voice is not only flawless, but powerful during certain ballads. Accompanied with heavy guitar riffs and contagious melodies, this proved to be an album that the Orbit Plus itself fell in love with. One song that caught my attention was My Immortal, which is a piano power ballad with a slow tempo, and the vocals were smooth, warm, and distinctive. I was able to appreciate the piano and backing strings since the separation of instruments was so apparent. For my next selection, I wanted to try something a bit more vintage. I recently found ABBA's album Super Trooper at my local Denver record shop. This album is older than I am, so I was so excited to experience how they pressed the albums a bit before my time. ABBA was a hidden treasure that I only recently discovered, and I am so glad I did. Of course, the song Super Trooper was my first listen, which is extremely catchy and fun. It gave my speakers a great workout. However, I wanted to hear vocals since the technology from the early 80s and today has changed exponentially with microphones and other recording equipment. I almost fell out of my chair when The Winner Takes All started to play. It's no surprise it was considered one of Agnetha's greatest vocal performances of her career. The clarity and precision of the recording were interpreted quite well with the Orbit Plus, truly delivering Agnetha's 3-octave vocal range with amazing force. So what's the verdict? What did I think? If you are seeking a turntable with a clean, classy, simple design that'll deliver sound quality matched with turntables well above this unit's price point, then the Orbit Plus by U-Turn Audio will satisfy your thirst for true analog audio. Not only was it incredibly easy to set up out of the box, but the straightforward build and solid construction allow even the most discerning audiophile to enjoy playing their favorite albums, knowing well that the quality of sound produced by this spectacular machine will provide a memorable experience. I am proud to award this unit with StereoNET's Applause Award, since this type of quality matched with the value of the price is difficult to find in the hi-fi industry. U-Turn developed a line of products filled with the enchantment that any music lover looking for an incredible vinyl experience can enjoy. Since the sales of LPs continue to rise exponentially year after year, I am comfortable saying that this is no longer a resurgence of the vinyl platform, but a new normal for consumers across the globe. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, I am Mike with StereoNET. Please tune in frequently, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we're putting out content all the time. Take care, guys.